Boom shakalaka, what is up guys? Randall here with Crypto Love, and today I have an episode about VINchain, which is a new ICO out there. I saw them at the North American Bitcoin Conference in Miami, and basically what they're aiming to do is to create 100% trustworthy vehicle history on the blockchain. And I've always bought I've always bought used cars because with new cars, once you drive them off the lot, they lose like a buttload of their value. And plus, I like working on cars. So I thought this could be particularly interesting. But before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been subscribing for daily videos on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Thank you to everyone mashing on that like button. And guys, if you want to find out how to win a free Ledger Nano S, stay tuned. Now, like I said, I love to buy used cars for a couple reasons. One, because you can get a much better car for less expensive. And two, because I like to work on cars, and once a car has a computer in it, it just becomes like a computer on wheels, really difficult to work on, so I like cars like pre-year 2000. But that's just me. That's just me. All right, the Lamborghini Countach, totally awesome car that, you know, could have. But anyways, with buying used cars, there's a huge issue. You never know what you're going to get. Like, sometimes you're lucky enough to find someone who keeps a very good record of what's going on in their car, but a lot of times you have no freaking idea, and it can be risky, which is why whenever I buy a used car, I take it to a mechanic first, have once over, costs like 60 bucks, but it's worth it. Now, another thing that you can do, has been around for a while, is get a Carfax report. And this is something that I've done when buying used cars because it's helpful. You can find out more information. But until now, you see with the blockchain, new ideas coming out on the blockchain, what VINchain is aiming to do is to basically get all this information on the blockchain, store it there so anyone can access it, anyone can buy reports, and also it could help benefit you through your insurance company. So we'll go through their website, their white paper, their team, all of that stuff, and then you guys can make up your own mind, because I am not a financial advisor, not an expert, nothing like that. Just bringing you information here on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, all this stuff going on. You guys want to know more about ICOs, so I bring you more about ICOs. All right, now let's get started. All right, so it's always good to find out what the problem is and how they're addressing it. So the major problems in the car industry, all the information can be faked. Things like odometer, mileage, accident history, how many owners, vehicle usage history, and all that stuff can be faked. If you're buying a car, you have no idea what's going on, could have problems going on with it. Like once I bought a car that had a transmission just completely gone. You know, I had to replace the transmission. That was just my fault because I didn't do my due diligence. As the seller, you make less money because the buyer does not know the true condition of the car with certainty. Yeah, definitely. And existing databases are closed off and do not share information. Like everything that Carfax has is proprietary. They're not sharing it. Everything that insurance companies has is proprietary. They're not sharing it. So frequently the information can be out of date, unreliable, not updated. All that stuff. So cool. The ideal and the solution, they're going to start getting all this information, putting it on the blockchain. They're going to be rewarding people in VIN tokens for contributing this information to the blockchain, whether it's through this little plug-and-play OBD device that you plug into your car, or whether it's through insurance companies giving them that information, however they're doing it, basically putting it on the blockchain so it's there, it's public, it can't be faked, all right? And that way, you'll know what's going on. And it's also going to be updated in real time and reliable and accurate, all that stuff. So guys, they have been reviewed by a couple of the bigger ICO reviewing things, like ICO Bench gives them a 3.9 out of 5 stars, ICO Marks 8.4%, and basically what they're doing. So down here you can see this little OBD device. Basically, when in the driver's seat on the lower left-hand side, underneath the dashboard, you just plug that bad boy in there, and basically this gives you like it can give you diagnostic information. So basically mechanics will use that to get the error codes on your card. But also, a lot of insurance companies, for example, like Liberty Mutual, they have one right here behind my head right there. Basically, it's a plug-in OBD device, records information about how you're driving. So whether you're accelerating very fast, whether you're braking very fast, whether you're, you know, all types of information that can affect how much you're paying for your insurance. In fact, you can get up to 30% off by being a good driver. So they're aiming to do that as well. But basically, you just plug that device in there. It'll link with an app that they're working on. The app is not completely out yet. But yeah, that'll be put on the VINchain blockchain. And then the data can be had by dealers, state entities, emergency systems, banks, insurance companies. They can add data as well, and everyone can access it. They can all buy reports, all of that stuff. So basically, you can stay in touch with your car, find out all this stuff. You even will receive discounts on services such as maintenance, refueling, and washing. Interesting. Drive with confidence. So it tells you everything about your driving style, and it will interact with insurance companies to receive discounts. Also, telemetrics data, so it'll help keep your car safe. You'll be constantly connected. Behavioral data. And so it's going to be collecting a whole bunch of data, even including diagnostic stuff. So when your car starts running funny, you should be able to have that information on there. But that information is also going to be logged on VINchain. So then it'll be like having a repair history on your car all the time. So people know what's gone on with your car before. And it's going to have a whole bunch of APIs. So basically anyone can create programs to work in and out of VINchain. Now, they are saying savings on your insurance. So obviously for being a better driver, you can get discounts on your insurance. Here's the thing that could make it interesting for people. So with any idea on the blockchain, you have to figure, are people going to use this? So basically people are driving anyways, right? And they may have one of those things that gets them 30% off of their insurance. But what if, in addition to the 30% off their insurance, they also got paid for their data? So basically, for their car data, they're getting rewarded in VINchain tokens, and they could actually get rewarded in that in addition. So that's kind of aiming to get people to use it, to contribute to it. And it's basically simple. Like I said, you just plug it in your car. But the data will be useful because it'll just be like a big immutable car ledger. So this is going to benefit people buying used cars, wanting to know more information about cars, wanting to know information about how people drive cars. So that's how people are all going to be benefited in doing it. And the token works in the ecosystem where you can pay for reports such as Carfax reports, things like that, to get more information. And so why VINchain is the leader? Now, it's very early on. This is kind of speculation into why it could potentially be the leader. Because, when you have safe data on the blockchain that's immutable, yeah, it's not going to be corrupted. It's not going to be faked. You're going to do better things like that. This shows you how the tokens work. So basically, you provide the history, you plug the thing in, everybody benefits from that. Insurance companies provide information, they get it. So the other thing, first thing, they have an alpha version out. All right, so I'm going to get to that somewhere. It's coming up in a little bit. All right, they have an alpha version out. Here it is. Perfect. Okay, so taking a look at this, you can plug in your VIN number, and if your information is on their blockchain, it'll give you information about this. Now, I took the VIN number from one of my cars and plugged it in here. There was no information other than the make and model of the car. So obviously they have it set up to read the VIN numbers for the make and model of the car. No information about it because the alpha is brand new. Now they have these other ones that they have information on, so you can just, these ones were checked recently. You can copy them, put them in there, and then if you click check VIN, it'll show you what's going on with that. And so just taking a while to load because I have to use a VPN to check out some of these other sites. Like Carfax was not working here in Thailand, so I had to use a VPN in order to see it. But it tells you a little bit about the car. So that's a Mini Cooper, engine size, where it's located, odometer reading, and last selling price. So if it is there, you can get it. And then if you want, you can get a report on that. So I did not get the report on anything yet. I don't know what that looks like. But they do have a working prototype, and they're working on the app right now. Now the team, all right, they have a lot of people on the team, and many of the people, the CEO, Alex Miles, also some other people, they have a lot of experience in the auto industry. So that's good because they need to get a lot of information on VINchain to make it worthwhile for those people to have reports. So they're going to need to get information about cars, insurance companies, all those things in order to make it worthwhile. I did take a look at most of the people on the team, and many of the people on the team come from a few different places. So one would be this A Better Bid online car auction. So they've been around for a while. Reviews aren't that bad on Google. Okay, so especially for car auctions, you got to figure like anything like repo and car auctions, all that stuff, are going to get terrible reviews. So 3.6 probably isn't too bad for that type of stuff. Also, Easy Export US. So these people export salvage cars. Like you can go get a Lambo there for I think $21,000. Not bad, but it's going to have some mechanical issues. Like there may be no engine. Who knows? All right, so they have those people on the team. And then if we take a look down at the developers, so most of the people on the development side have worked for this wargaming.net company, which has done a lot with like World of Tanks and World of Tanks Blitz. I think I've seen a lot of commercials for these. So, I mean, they're big video games that they have worked for. In terms of advisors, they have some advisors in the car industry, like Matt Carpenter works for Audi of America, and then Mark Taylor, he was working for AutoNation, I think, for like 15 years. So they definitely are stacked in terms of automotive industry. The one area where I see it lacking is definitely they do not have the blockchain experience. So they have a lot of developers. They don't have many blockchain developers. They also don't have a lot of people who have worked in very large tech industries that I could see like Google, Uber, things like that. But so they don't have that going for them. Now, the other things that we can take a look at. So basically just looking at their website, they do answer a lot of questions on their FAQ page, and it is good to have a lot of information on the FAQ page. And then we have their Twitter. So you can find on their Twitter, they actually had a live webinar with Alex. So you can go and watch that. I watched some of it there. So there's a lot of information that they give in the webinar. And they've just been keeping up to date with their Twitter, giving you a lot of information. Additionally, guys, white paper, always essential to read a white paper. I read through this thing. It's not very technical. It tells you about how they're doing it. So it gives you the idea, the problems that they're solving, how they're going about and doing it. For those of you who don't want to read the entire white paper, they have a one-pager. It's a long one-pager. It's like a, very long one-pager, but it's a one-pager. So that gives you kind of all the information as to what's going on there. So with VINchain in total, all right, very good idea. Like, would I use this? Absolutely, because if I could get better information about my car, I would definitely use it. Is it an ambitious project? Yeah, for sure, because they have some competition from established things like Carfax, all right, also from large insurance companies. So kind of getting all that together on the blockchain, that is their goal. That's what they're going to be aiming to do. In terms of a roadmap, so they've been around since 2017. They have the white paper. They have their first viable product, minimum viable product. That's the alpha that I showed you there in January. They have the ICO going on now, and coming up soon, they will be having the app coming out. So all of that stuff. And then in 2018, they're going to be working on a beta. They're going to be aiming to expand across the United States, Europe, and all that stuff. So kind of accumulating the more information, that's going to be the most important thing for them to do. All right, so the last thing, I guess, would be the token sale information. So you can just go to their website, VINchain.io, and you can go to contribute to their token sale if you want to. They have a soft cap of 3,300 Ethereum and a hard cap of 23,250 Ethereum. They are accepting Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Dash, and there are bonuses based on the stage when you invest. So right now there's a 25% bonus, may not be there when you go to invest. But like I said, guys, great idea, ambitious project, and we'll see what happens with it. Now, for those of you guys who want to win a free Ledger Nano S, you can just go to crypto-law.com/training, and you can enter to win there. Up top where it says click to win a free Ledger Nano S cold storage device. And then lastly, for those guys of you who are just watching for fun, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.